and here it is. I just picked this up. This is the mower that I got from in front of that guy's house. Came with the grass bag too, as you guys saw. It's not in the best shape cosmetically. The blade control cable is actually broken. As you guys can see, it's definitely dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a good wash. But you can see right now that the back wheels work. The front wheels are locked up for some reason, so I'm going to have to sort that out. And looks like there's a lot of tension on the self-propelled control cable. So I'll have to sort that out as well. First, let's give it a good wash. I've got an inkling suspicion that when I start this thing up, it's going to shoot a bunch of oil out of the exhaust. So I have it facing the grass because I don't want my nice clean driveway all getting all dirty. But I already did check the oil. I'll go ahead and check it again. It definitely needs to be changed, so that's something I will attend to. It's just a hair low, but it's still in the crosshatch. So we'll go ahead and start it in its current condition. It does have about a half a tank of fuel. Let's go ahead and give it a start and see what happens. Prime it a few times. And the primer bulb is actually messed up and cracked, so that'll have to be changed. I don't even know if it's functional right now. Let's give it a start and see what happens. There's a kick. Yeah, it's spitting oil out of the side. Got something going on with it. Not really too sure what. So let's see what kind of condition the filter's in. And it is not in the best shape. Definitely needs to be replaced. So I now have you guys on the camcorder instead of the iPhone. Let's a closer look at that. So that's going to have to be replaced. And don't buy shitty tools, boys, because they tend to break. This one is locked in the position where it will only loosen and not tighten. And the selector came off when I was beating it on the ground trying to fix it because it was seized. And so of course I just broke it worse, but don't buy shitty tools. I didn't pay any money for that actually. But anyways, so now I'm just removing the filter cover because it's a little dirty in there. So I'll take it off, give it a good cleaning, see if I can't get this thing running at least halfway decently. So now I'm at the point where I can remove the fuel line. Go ahead, just scoot it back a little bit. Trade one junk ratchet for another that was also garbage picked. I already loosened that one. So I have it removed now. Kind of forgot how screwy these kind of first gen Intech motors were. These are the push rod motors, they're not flatheads like a normal lawnmower. But there's the carburetor. I'm going to go ahead and clean it off before I take the bowl off, and then we'll figure out where we're going from there. So here's the old air filter. There's a piece of 20 thousandths safety wire, mechanics wire that I used to clean the carburetor out. And here's a brand new air filter, which I'll install once I verify that the motor is good to go. Some of the tools I used. You guys have seen me do this stuff a million times. So, new primer bulb. It's definitely getting nice and wet in there. Let's pull it back. So obviously, it's running a little fast. It's because this is locked all the way down. It might be a manual throttle control that this mower is supposed to have. Try again. I had that thing running full throttle. That's just ridiculous. Why on earth would you do that? I'm surprised this thing even still runs, because he's probably had it like that for a while. But I'm going to do some more troubleshooting with it and fill it up with the correct amount of oil. But he had this thing completely locked in place. It's not supposed to be like that. This thing's actually a good little lawnmower. Vacuumed up both of the lawns a little bit. All the leaves. There's two things that are wrong with it. But it does mulch fairly decently. It's not perfect, but it works enough for me. The two things that I've noticed right away that are wrong with it is when I had it all taken apart to where it was, the fuel line actually needs to be shortened a little bit, because how it is, it's going in there like an S because there's too much fuel line. Also, the guy didn't install the fuel tank with that other bolt that goes down below, so you guys can see. So I'll have to get another one of those out of the Horde, not a big deal. And the blade is definitely off balance. I looked at it, there's some gouges that have been taken out of it. So I'll have to repurpose another blade out of the Horde and install it on this thing. But other than that, it seems to run okay. That oil smoke seemed to clear up, so I'm guessing there was just a little bit that had gotten past the rings somehow. More than likely the guy overfilled it or had it tipped over, you know, in a way that allowed that to happen. But other than that, it looks like from here on out it should be okay. I went ahead and topped off the oil, and I will do a follow-up video on this lawnmower. But until then, you guys all stay classy.